Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now of course you guys will know that Terra is one of my favorite ecosystems, and today we're going to talk about a new protocol that's come to the Terra ecosystem, and it's called ApolloDAO. Let's get straight to it. Just before we start, a quick message from our sponsors today. If you're looking to stake your Luna, then go no further than 1-star validators. They're the best in the game. Go stake your Luna with them, go earn some passive income, and I'll leave a link in the description below, so go check them out. ApolloDAO is a yield optimizer and a treasury management platform. Now, some of you guys might not know what that means, so I'm going to show you today. Let's go onto their website and you can see straight away we see a nice looking interface, maximize your yields. Now we're going to launch this application and we're going to show you kind of what it is that Apollo does. So there's kind of three main things I kind of want to cover that, regarding Apollo. The yield aggregator, which is kind of their main product that we'll see in a moment. We'll also cover the war chest and kind of what that means, and then we'll also cover a bit about NFTs at the end as well. So you can access this by just typing in ApolloDAO. You'll come to this website, apollo.farm, and if you click launch, you'll enter into this yield optimizer. All you need is a Terra address. As you can see here, I've connected my Terra address, and you'll be able to enter this vault farm area. Okay, now what you can actually do on here is they'll have a bunch of different farming options, some liquidity options that you can basically deposit your UST in and farm. And you can see obviously that you've got the APRs on the side here, and some of them offer some quite attractive rates. So you'll also notice that some of these farms here are from Mirror, and we've talked about Mirror on the platform before. So something like mirrored Netflix UST, well, that comes from Mirror protocol itself, and this is something called an auto compounder, and I'll talk about what that means in a moment. But yeah, here you can see that we've got the APRs on the side here. We've got the total value locked, as in how much money is kind of in them at the moment, and of course the price. And it's very easy to actually utilize this. It's as simple as just clicking on an option, depositing your UST. Let's say I wanted to deposit 100, clicking confirm, and before that you will be able to see some options at the bottom. We'll see how much we're paying in gas, which is only 50 cents, which isn't so bad. In fact, less than that, 40 cents. And also the LP that we're going to get. Now remember that when you deposit two tokens, in this case it will be UST and Netflix, in return we get these LP tokens. So here you go, this is what we're going to see. We're going to get 1.84 LP tokens. Now the great thing about this platform is that it's automatically going to delegate that $100, that 100 UST, into both UST and mirrored Netflix. It'll do all the work for you. You don't have to do anything at all. And you can see here you're getting an APR for the actual assets themselves. So you're earning 40% a year on this, but also you're earning a little bit in the Apollo token, and we'll talk about why that's important as well in a moment. You click confirm, it will take you to your Terra Station platform, and yeah, that's it. Your position will be fulfilled. It's as simple as that, and you'll start earning straight away. Now, what actually is an auto compounder? You see, normally when you farm, you get rewards for doing so, and if you were to do this on Mirror, you're going to get paid in the Mirror token. The thing is, on Mirror, you actually have to claim your rewards manually. So usually someone might claim the rewards once a week or once every 2 weeks, and then you can obviously do what you want with the Mirror tokens. With an auto compounder, your rewards are automatically sold and added into your position, so it grows even more than it would have originally. And that is beneficial because it actually means that your APR/APRY is actually going to be better. It's going to be more because you're automatically selling those rewards, compounding it back into your position, which will grow, and obviously then you're earning on top of that. And this is a really powerful tool because it saves you from A, having to claim those rewards, B, having to pay the transaction fees, and C, obviously earning more on top of that. So do I recommend using a auto compounder? Absolutely. You are really supercharging your rewards essentially by doing so, and I think that's really cool. Now on here you've obviously got all of those normal assets that we just talked about earlier that you have on Mirror, but you also have a few other vaults, and we've got the Mine UST, which is the Pylon token. We've got the Mirror UST, Anchor UST, and I think that's pretty cool. And at the bottom here, well, we've got some that's delisted, but yeah, in the future I believe that we're going to be adding more of these vaults across the different Terra protocols, and yeah, that's great. I think it's really good. Now currently at the moment, if you go to my portfolio, I don't have anything at the moment in this wallet, but I'm using it in my other wallets, and I think this is great. You see your assets value go up, you see the percentage, how much you're earning, you can see your US dollar amounts, and yeah, I think the interface looks really nice. The team who created this UI, props to them, very good job. Now this is what I was talking about, the community farming aspect. Now at the moment they're currently in phase 2 of this community farming aspect, this event at the moment, where basically they are giving away their Apollo token to people who are farming, and you can see here the APRs that you're getting in various different farms, and this is nice because in the future maybe the Apollo token will have some value. At the moment the Apollo token is not live for trading, you cannot buy it and you cannot sell it, but you can farm it through this incentive, and this will end in a few days. It's currently, at the time of filming, it's the 11th of November, so in about 10 days this is going to finish, and that 6 million Apollo token will be reached. So if you're watching this before that, you've got a bit of time to get in, but you're probably not going to earn as many tokens as you may have if had you started back in September. When you are farming here, we're getting our tokens at the price of 25 cents. Who knows in the future if that's going to be more or less. I guess no one knows, and to be honest, that's not for me to decide. That's what the market will decide. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not here to tell you whether or not you should be buying the Apollo token or not. What I want to do is kind of just show you what this platform is all about. Now, that's the yield aggregator, and yeah, the auto compounder. It works really well. It's very easy to use. They've got $100 million in these vaults now as well, so it's not a small amount either. So yeah, there's that. What I want to also show you is something quite interesting, which is the war chest. Now you can see here that we've got $2 million in this war chest. Now what actually is this war chest? Well, the ApolloDAO is this decentralized organization that governs this war chest, and this war chest is maybe similar to kind of a hedge fund. So we've basically, as the token holders, the holders of the ApolloDAO token, which maybe in the future we will be, well, we've got access to this $2.2 million chest, and we can basically do a number of different things with that. So let's just go to the Loop Finance article and just read about it. So the war chest is a pool of capital which will be bootstrapped with the revenue received by ApolloDAO and managed by the token holders, and that's pretty cool. So what the team will do is they'll continue to develop tools to effectively manage and deploy this capital in a variety of different ways. So yeah, they even say themselves that it's kind of like a decentralized hedge fund. So they're initially going to be focused on Terra assets, but then they will diversify into other chains. And that war chest is basically capital that we can use to decide kind of farming opportunities, or basically deploying our capital in various different areas. And obviously the people holding the tokens, they can basically vote on where they want it to be, where they want to deploy this capital, and then obviously the token holders will get rewarded by doing that, maybe with the dividends, but also in various different other aspects like share buybacks. So you can see that as the pool of capital grows, the Apollo token holders will be given increasing decision-making power of the deployment. And you can see, just as I mentioned, that it's beyond just farming, with opportunities of purchasing and staking other governance tokens, investments into seed and private rounds. I think this is pretty cool for sure. Moving capitals in new chains, NFTs and metaverse items, which obviously everyone's talking about these days. Loans against current capital, such as a B-loan on Anchor. depositing capital with fund managers, and even non-DeFi solutions, which I think is pretty interesting. Now, currently at the start, they're going to bootstrap the war chest, but this will grow with time. And you know, there's lots of really interesting things that the DAO can do together. So you know, why would you use Apollo rather than any other kind of yield optimizers? Well, we've got the war chest, we've got meta governance, and we've got things like this yield optimizer. They also have something regarding functional NFTs, and you know, this is quite an interesting one because I think most NFTs currently out there are pretty much useless. There are a few that have very good teams, very good products, lots of use cases and utilities, but for the most of it is junk. But functional NFTs is changing the way, really, because you know, you're actually getting something out of the NFT that you're holding. And I believe that the NFTs that we're going to be able to get with ApolloDAO are going to be able to bootstrap your yields. You're going to be able to use them in various different ways to increase your liquidity returns, increase your staking rewards, and you know, that is pretty cool. They're kind of like power-ups, and kind of this idea of gamification is something really powerful, especially in the space that we're in. So you know, I'm really looking forward to that. That's basically an overview of Apollo. You can basically follow them on Twitter as well. They've got 25,000 followers, so you know, it's not something small either. This is growing day by day. You know, the team is very active. I think there's a group of 12. It's either 6 or 12. I think it's a team of 12, to be honest, that are working regularly. They've got a podcast on iTunes that I recommend, and I'll leave a link to that in the description below. But yeah, that's Apollo for you. Very easy to use, very nice interface, lots of interesting opportunities in the future with the DAO, the war chest, which is growing, and obviously a great new initiative to the Terra ecosystem with functional NFTs as well. Let's see what the future has. That's all I've got for you today. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll be back with another video soon.